Hi and welcome to my video. This is my hybrid TA05. I call this a hybrid because I'm using, but it's an OTA R31 bulkhead. So instead of the TA05 bulkhead. Now the reason for this is that, well, that comes from this chassis here. I'll tell you more about this chassis. This is a Street Jam chassis, OTA Street Jam R31 chassis, and this chassis have a lot of similarities to the TA05. I mean, the bulkhead position, the screw-on position is exactly the same as the TA05, and then the diff itself, it's the same size as TA05, except that the R31 is centered, whereas the TA05, is either left or right side, but it does fit. You can share some parts with this chassis and a TA05 because I think Street Jam kind of copied some stuff from Tamiya TA05 because TA05 is such a legend. Anyway, the reason I used this bulkhead is that I was installing this RC926 steering bridge, which is designed for drifting, and I really thought it was going to be an easy install, but it wasn't. I mean, you get this little manual here. All right, so the manual here says that you need to cut. So this is what I was using before, the original TA05 bulkhead, and they want you to cut this bit off. And there's no way I'm doing that to my aluminium bulkhead. So, and I didn't actually have a plastic bulkhead to cut. And I thought, oh man, cutting it, it's gonna look messy. And because the R31 bulkhead didn't have that bit, and I just want to look much cleaner just to use the R31 bulkhead, and it fits perfectly. And the other thing that you can't use is you can't use IFS with the steering bridge because the IFS gets in the way. This bit here gets in the way. And what else? Sorry, and they want you to install a third hole. I didn't need to do that because I have this aluminium steering knuckle that already has a third hole here. And yeah, so, well, the final result is good, but to me it's a little disappointing. I'll tell you why. Because I was kind of expecting that I'll be able to get a bit more toe out with the steering bridge, because that was part of the problem with the original TA05 steering, that it wasn't a drifting steering system. It was more of a touring car steering system, and it's very hard to get a parallel steering and some toe. So this is running at 0 toe out, and I get pretty good parallel steering, but not really. I mean, I would like more angle on this outer wheel here, but in order to do that, I have to pretty much go toe in, and I don't really like doing that. I like either 0 toe or 1 or 2 degrees toe out. I mean, a good steering would be like all right, so like this is my TB03 Eagle Racing version. So this one has really good steering. So I get parallel steering, well, almost parallel, because you don't really want perfect parallel. You always want this one to be slightly out. And then, I guess it's hard to see with this camera angle, and then I'm also running about 2 degree toe out. So I'm able to get 2 degree toe out and parallel steering. And that's what you want in general for a good steering angle. I can show you a comparison. I mean, this is a standard TB03, and it's not too bad for factory steering. This is the original Tamiya steering, and you know, it's not too bad. And this is what the original factory TA05 steering is like. If I were to switch back and have the IFS, then I can have the IFS system back. And but I mean, and you know, for all the hassle and the modification, I kind of expected to have much more parallel steering, but I mean, it did improve it. I have to give him that, but it wasn't much. I mean, if I put this right on top, you can see here, well, this steering angle is about right, and the outer wheel, I mean, I do get slightly more angle on the outer wheel, I don't know, by a few degrees, but not much. But I still have to run 0 toe, which I found disappointing. So anyway, about the modification, yeah, you needed to add like this brace here, because without using the IFS bracket, you're missing that link between the bulkhead, so it will, you know, create a lot of flex. So in order to do that, I connected with this tie rod here from here to here, and that will like reduce that inward flex, but still you get a lot of side flex. And what else? So I had to use the R31 damper mount, because the TA05 damper mount is not compatible with this. And the problem with this damper mount is it's rather high. Like I can't, like I think I need a 60mm damper here. This is about a 55, from here to here is a 55mm damper. I need to make it a bit higher, so I may have to switch the damper to a slightly longer one, just to get maximum travel. But yeah, so I haven't actually tested this out, but because I really want to change the damper first before I go outside and test it. But yeah, so if anyone looking to buy one of these RC926 steering angle for TA05, I probably wouldn't recommend it. Just stick with the original one. I mean, if you want it for drifting, it's slight improvement, but it's not worth you know, all that modification. But I guess it looks pretty cool to have this hybrid car, to mix it in, give you an excuse to include this bulkhead. Unfortunately, it's not aluminium like the one at the back here. I mean, I can swap it for the aluminium one, but I don't. It's quite a hard part to get. This car's been discontinued for some time now, and I was pretty lucky to find this one in Japan auction, at a really good price. I'll do a video about this one once I'm finished building it. I'm still waiting for a few more parts and electronics for it, but I'm really excited about this car. It's really cool. I mean, it's pretty unique. You know, the engine, the motor mount's very far forward. Anyway, talk about this next time. Right, this is more about the TA05. Alright, I'll make a running video once I'm ready, and see you next time.